Welcome everyone to Dad's on Wrestling episode. I don't have a clue. I'm not being real. I have no idea what episode we're on because we've done so many. But we are here at Long Beach Wrestling Company, first time in a month. But it's always first time in a month every time we come back here. So
this is true.
But we are going to be here a couple times this week. We're going to be here for today's show.
Yes.
We're going to be here for Step Boy Reigns.
Yes. And you've already seen the Battleground stuff.
Yes. So So we've been here, and we like coming back here. It's a great environment. It's quiet.
For the most part.
And it's quieter than the studio sometimes.
Yes, that is definitely.
Especially with the boy. But we are here to talk about, of course, this Sunday's pay-per-view, Extreme Rules.
Extreme! Had to get that little ECW vibe going there.
Alright.
Live from Chicago, Illinois.
The hometown of CM Punk. Who is in one of the main events? I think every match on this thing is the main event except for like one more or less. But that's what pay-per-views are these days. We got main event to main event. That's how they are nowadays, especially WrestleManias and things like that. But I'm going to start with the pre-show.
That's right.
Because the pre-show it's
going to be awesome.
That's right. Santino Marella defending the United States Championship against the awesome one, The Miz.
He came to play on YouTube.
On YouTube and WWE.com, that's right. And I can't... I want The Miz to win. And I know people are like, you jumped off The Miz's nuts, now you're jumping back on, then you're going to jump back off. But I'm sick of Santino. I'm sick of him. And this comedy bullshit. The title reign needs to end. And what better way than to put it back on arguably the greatest U.S. champion of the 2010s.
Don't know if I'd go that far and call him the greatest of the 2010s, but I will go as far as to say that the United States Championship made The Miz. And I think with The Miz having been in the slump that he's been in more or less since losing the strap last year at Extreme Rules to John Cena.
The big strap, not the U.S. strap, obviously, yeah.
I think that the U.S. strap, getting that back on him, in most people's cases that would be a step down, going from big champion to undercard champion.
Right.
But I think it'll give The Miz that momentum he needs to get back into the main event picture. Because he truly was at his best when he was U.S. champion, and then made that transition right over to WWE champion within a couple of months of losing.
Yeah, because you got to figure, he was U.S. champion and won Money in the Bank and then lost U.S. championship, and he didn't really lose a step. He really did.
Within a couple of months, he was big champion.
So he had it. So I'm going with Miz.
As am I. I'm not as tired of the Santino comedy shtick as Jeff is, because truth be told, I kind of get a kick out of the Santino comedy shtick, but the Santino comedy shtick is not good shtick for a champion like that. It's the same reason I wanted Eric Young to lose the television title in TNA all those months back to Robbie E.
Yep.
Robbie E is still a gimmick character and a goofball comedy shtick, but nowhere near as bad as what Eric Young was.
Or still is.
Yeah. And Miz, a bit of a goofball, brings out a little bit of the comedy, but he can get downright serious when he has to be. And the U.S. title needs somebody that can get down.
Exactly. This whole came to play thing is he's dead serious.
I know. Yeah. He needs to be.
Yeah. Has to be. Speaking of mid-card championships, we have a as-to-be-determined stipulation match for the Intercontinental Championship between the new champion at WrestleMania, The Big Show, and the man he defeated with the WMD, Cody Rhodes. Talking with our friends and everything like that, the general consensus is that Cody Rhodes is going to regain the Intercontinental Championship, and I'd like to see that. However, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Big Show is going to retain, and he's going to pass on to somebody else. And it sucks, but that's the way I think it's going to happen.
It's a valid prediction there. As much as I'd love to see Cody get the strap back, it's sad to say, but I think the Big Show needs the belt more now.
Oh yeah.
Back going into WrestleMania, I was saying that the Big Show didn't need the IC title to validate himself, but I think I'm doing some serious rethinking about that philosophy, and I think at this point in the Big Show's career, WWE just can never make up their mind what they want to do with him. One minute he's the monster heel, the next minute he's playing a goofball.
Yep.
And he turned that so quickly the Big Show has just become a shell of his former self.
Very much so.
So I think Big Show's at a point in his career where he just needs that IC strap. And I do see him dropping it to somebody down the road. Who is another question.
Yes.
Who could be anybody, especially considering all of these new names that are starting to come up.
Yep. And the ones who are disappearing in the spring cleaning. You know, we've already lost, you know, Big Andy, and who knows who else is going to be going.
Was Big Andy really a loss?
Well, to some people. And I don't know how far this news has gotten because it's going up today, but on the way here, got a little tweet on my little phone that a suspension has been laid down.
That's
To
right.
a former Intercontinental champion, as a matter of fact.
Booyaka!
Rey Mysterio. 60 days. Suspension number 2.
That's right.
Just getting ready to come back from injury. The 180 of Evan Bourne.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, we'll see what happens with Mr. Mysterio, but he's gone for another 2 months.
At least there's comfort in knowing that he will be back in time to play a role in SummerSlam, more than likely in LA, just an hour or so drive away from his hometown of San Diego. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he makes his re-debut.
Well, if he does come back to SummerSlam, let me put my dancing shoes on.
Just saying.
I know. All right. We have a Falls Count Anywhere match scheduled between two very bitter rivals. It's gotten to the point where daddies have gotten involved in everything in this one. We've got Randy Orton battling the big red monster Kane. And we've seen Cowboy Bob Orton get involved being attacked by Kane. We've seen Paul Bearer being put in a freezer twice, including by Kane himself. So, you know, in an update for that, by the way, Percy Pringle is going to be in there Hollywood on Mother's Day, May 13th. Paul Bearer, we don't know yet. He has really been...
If that's Mother's Day, that means I can't go because I'll be going to my mom's house, just like I was for Easter.
And I can't go because, you know, I got my mom and Dylan's mom to deal with.
God damn you, Marquez. Pick dates that aren't holidays.
Seriously.
Anyway.
Well, you know, I want to make sure families can come, you know, and do the show, you know, and hang out with their families and do that. It'll be fun. Lots of fun. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Marquez Jr.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week. Or at least till we get the shows uploaded.
Yeah. At least until we're thrown out for being too much of a nuisance in the store.
That's right. Too much of a nuisance? Who do you think you're talking to? I run this place. Anyway.
I'm going to go with Randy Orton. You know, Kane got the big victory there at WrestleMania, which surprised a lot of people. I think Randy's going to get the return here, and we'll probably end up seeing the rubber match at over the limit.
Oh, he threw it out there. All right, I agree. Randy Orton over Kane. The Chicago Street Fight in Chicago, of course, for the WWE Championship as CM Punk defends against the man who will seemingly not go away, Chris Jericho. Make sure you get wait. Oh, LBC logo. There you go. Okay, very good. Okay, all right. Okay, there we go.
I had to channel my inner Dylan there for a minute, you know.
I know. We need.
I do the Punk, but the camera's not pointing down at the ground to do that, so I just straight edge.
You can imagine it in your head what it would look like. Very good. All right. No real. You know, Punk. If Punk loses a Chicago Street Fight in Chicago, it's the end of it. So I gotta go with CM Punk.
If CM Punk loses a Chicago Street Fight in Chicago, it'll be just the same as the LA Lakers winning the championship in LA. There's going to be rioting and looting and everything.
That's right. It would be almost the same as, you know, the Road Warriors losing the Chicago Street Fight to Booker T. Oh wait, that's right.
That did happen.
That did happen in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah.
WCW.
My question is, will the cult of personality himself, Colt Cabana, possibly play a role in this street fight?
Well, of course, he doesn't want to have Punk sleep on his couch.
There you
He
go.
doesn't want that to happen. Or vice versa, you know.
I was going to say, according to Stu Stone, it would be the other way.
Well, you know, they're going to share the apartment.
We're probably confusing the fuck out of our viewers, talking about NWA shit mixed in with WWE pay-per-view shit, talking about WCW from like 12 years ago that wasn't really relevant even when it did happen, so it's even less relevant now.
That's right.
David Arquette, former WCW champion.
As of yesterday. 12 years.
Anywho, I'm going for CM Punk.
Yes.
He has to win the street fight.
Yes.
You know.
By the way, when did the show become on our side? Just asking a question.
Why? Has it gone butt fucking?
It pretty much.
Or am I going to get, sued by Jade for using her catchphrase? Is that copywritten?
Maybe.
That boy's saying, "Oh no."
Oh, no. Okay. All right, moving on. Move along. Move along. All right.
You did not hear me say that the show's gotten butt fucky.
He's not this.
You will forget about the show even airing 5 minutes after you've watched it.
That's right. Huh? But you will click the ads before you do that.
That's right. Put some money in our pocket so that we could come to 4218 Atlantic Avenue and spend that money here at Long Beach Clothing Company.
That's right.
God damn it.
Because Lord knows we need shirts. We can't afford to do laundry. We ain't got no quarters. We can just buy more shirts instead. There he goes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, anyways.
Speaking of yes.
2 out of 3 falls. Bryan Danielson versus the Great White Sheamus.
Yes, Bryan Well, you know what?
I gotta cut you off.
Okay.
If WrestleMania is any indication, this match is going 32 seconds.
36.
After the bro kick, you can just pin him and then pin him again.
Oh, so you got an extra. Okay.
Cut some of that time off.
Yeah, that's
from
true.
the bowl.
Very true. But if not, I still think Sheamus is going to win, which sucks. I hate to think that, but
I pray this match does at least go 3 falls. It has to.
It has to.
In order to revalidate Bryan Danielson as a serious contender to either championship, the match has to go 3 falls.
Yes, sir.
And if they do not do that, then they've pretty much just buried Bryan for the rest of his career. He'll be nothing more than an IC, US, or tag champ, and Bryan may as well have asked for his release because nothing better is going to come from him if they make him lose in Chicago.
Very true. And
I love you, Bryan.
Seriously.
You know we do.
You know we do.
You recognized us at Access.
Yeah, seriously. And what will be the main event, you've got John Cena trying to rise above the hate that is emanating from the return of Brock Lesnar.
He's not using that shirt anymore. He's trying to rise above his Boston Celtics shitty, not looking gear.
It still says rise above hate on the shirt. It actually does, because I saw it up close at Hot Topic, and it's even worse in person, y'all. Seriously.
Hopefully in a couple of months, after the Kings win the Stanley Cup, John Cena will come out with LA Kings inspired gear.
And if not, he can buy the Kings Long Beach shirt right here at 4218 Atlantic Avenue at Long Beach Clothing Company.
Or go on eBay and see if you can find a Kings of Wrestling shirt. Especially since Antonio Cesaro made his debut on SmackDown.
Yeah, we have Antonio Cesaro was the Kings of Wrestling.
Same man.
No.
Slave name we know, but it's still the same guy underneath it all.
At the end of the day, with this match, John is going to get hurt.
Yes.
He's just going to get beat up.
Generally, we stand here and we talk to you about why people have to win a match. It is my professional opinion. I'm going to catch a ton of crap from the C Nation out there like I don't already.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch a bunch of crap. John Cena has to lose this match.
He does.
If John's character is going to evolve into what all of us 18 to 40 demographic want him to be, John Cena has to lose.
Agreed.
I've said it 100
Don't
times
like
before.
it, but
I've said it 100 times before. I have nothing against John the man that does the Make-A-Wishes, gives back to his fans when he does, he goes out of his way for people. That John Cena I have nothing against. It's the 5 moves of doom, Superman, shoved down your throat. I think you pointed it out on RSI, maybe you didn't. John Cena didn't say a fucking word on that.
I forgot to. We talked about it at the house when we watched Raw.
Yeah.
He didn't say a word. Not a
He was
word
on TV twice, but he didn't say a word.
Nope.
And that's good.
It is good.
I am a Brock fan. I was a little bit upset when he left, just like most of us were, because of the way it all went down. But I'm a Brock fan. I would like to see Brock win. And I think Brock has to win, Cena has to lose for Cena to go anywhere. For Cena to fully evolve and come full circle.
And the thing is, we said that about the Rock match. Well, we both said that. I didn't want. I felt about the Rock.
Everybody knows.
I'm not
We
as.
smell it.
Yeah, I'm not as hatred toward Brock because I was happy to see Brock, even though he had 5 John, even though the problem I've had with the problem I've had with the booking of Brock is stuff like that. He's come in and not been a badass. He's not been, the wrecking machine that he has claimed to be.
So the double leg takedown and busting John's mouth open wasn't badass?
Let me finish. I understand it. That part, yes. But the same night, he comes out and kicks him square in the boat. He comes out and, sits there at that table and, is such a, I mentioned this yesterday, is such a douche that he makes Laurinaitis a babyface. That is unnecessary and not supposed to happen. If you're making John Laurinaitis a babyface, you need to go back and have Vince reevaluate your character a little bit. You're supposed to be a bad guy, but you're not supposed to make John Laurinaitis a babyface in the process. And you're supposed, and it takes Brock's boring, rambling, nonsensical talking for the people to finally let's go Cena's to dominate the Cena sucks. That's what happened. Wake up.
Sorry. I was flashing back to Brock's promo.
Yeah.
Put me back to sleep.
Yeah. Everything Brock has said has put everybody to sleep last month. Everything.
Not everything.
Pretty much.
That controversial promo that they showed on Raw, SmackDown, and then twice this week on Raw. Fucking epic.
Which time?
Every time I watched it, I laughed. You, as a Cena fan, probably didn't laugh as hard. But every time I saw him take those stabs about, if I had been here the past 8 years, John Cena would be the guy carrying my bag in the building. I was rolling on the floor, laughing. John Cena's scared. John Cena doesn't need to be worried about the blood coming out of his mouth. He needs to be worried about pissing himself. He's so scared. Rolling on the floor.
Okay. It wasn't
every time.
It wasn't.
It was just like watching the K Spence bump on NWA Hollywood. Every time we rewind it and play it back, we're still laughing.
Did you see that?
We were laughing every time. K Spence, your bump was hashtag Fat Boy approved.
Seriously, we slowed that down and hit frame by frame and watched you fall. That was the best ref up I've seen in years. It was an indie ref up. Sorry, Marquez. We're not indie. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So it had the same.
I'm gonna be banned from Mother's Day. I'm gonna be banned from the NWA tapings. I'm gonna be banned for this. It's over. Okay. Anyway.
Every time I watched it, I laughed. That's the bottom line. It was funny shit to hear.
It wasn't the fact that I'm a John fan that maybe after the first time it's like, okay, you don't need to show it every single week. Have Brock come out and do something, and they proved it because they showed the promo from backstage, and it was entertaining. And then he comes out in front of the crowd. And you just did that yourself. You fell asleep during the live promo. But during the tape promo, when he was talking about John pissing himself, you're rolling on the floor laughing. When he's in front of the crowd...
It's called WWE editing.
Exactly. When he's out there with
That's why Brock made his name on SmackDown and was never a Raw talent. Just saying.
But he will still come in there Sunday and whoop John Cena's ass.
Yes, he will. So, reevaluate just like Statboy did. I'm picking The Miz.
Yes.
I'm picking Big Show. I'm picking Randy. I'm picking Punk. I'm picking Sheamus. And I'm picking Brock.
And
do we agree on all those?
We do agree this
God
one. Every single thing.
No sense in doing a fucking poll at Casa de 18 Studios because we agree.
No, but we'll see. We'll see who comes over. We're not watching this one.
No.
That's right. We're not ordering it because it's not worth ordering.
No,
it's not.
We'll see if we can find a legal stream to go to because, as always, we don't support bootlegging and illegal stuff at Casa de 18 Studios.
We don't support.
So we will see if we can find a legal stream to go to and watch it, or we'll just read WrestlingNewsSource.com and WWE.com for the updates.
And Sunday night, we'll probably see us in front of a camera one more time to talk about the pay-per-view.
Maybe.
We'll see how things go.
If the internet gets resolved at the house.
But for now, we are the Dads on Wrestling. He's JJ Williams, Renegade of Wrestling.
He's Jeff Meacham, the Meach Machine. We are at 4218 Long Beach Clothing Company, Atlantic Avenue. And we'll see you next time on the Casa de 18 Studios channel.